So obviously, being treasurer, it is your responsibility to deal with the money. So basically, when anyone on campus spends money out of their own pocket, obviously Northwood has to write a check back to them, but it has to come out of a certain account and all of ASB has to approve it. So basically how you do that is, let's say the faculty liaisons are holding a coffee breakfast and one of them goes out and buys cookies with their own money. They keep the receipt and they fill out a disbursement form, which is available in that brown thing in front of the sack. So they fill it out and they attach their receipt. Now that's the most important part, is that they have a receipt that can prove how much they spent. So they fill it out and they give it to you, and you give it to Mr. Dina, and he'll sign it and give it to Sue. She'll run it through the computer, and then like once a week around, or it varies depending on if there's like a play or a lot of people are spending a lot of money or stuff like that, it'll all come back to you in a big pile. So when you get the pile, you need to make sure it has Mr. Dina's signature or whoever the advisor's signature is. So if, let's say, Miss Dunnavold, the drama director, has to buy a set, you need to have her signature on it, and you need to have the proof, the receipt or the document, the emails, anything that proves that they spent that money. And then you go up in front of the class and I insert this clip for you. I move to approve the checks in the amount of $50,066.01 and the POs in the amount of $8,832.88. Does anyone second that motion? Now.
That was slow.
I think it was Kelly. Okay, so after you do that, you go back, you write down the numbers on this sheet that you put like the total amount of checks, total amount of purchase orders, and then you sign it. And then, yeah, that's the checks. Okay, so this is the supply room. This is a room where you have to manage everything that goes on. That's Steven. So basically, here on the right, we have all the balloons and the string. And then this is where we keep the helium tanks. And then, yeah, down here is like some pumps and stuff. And then these big carts we use for like the coffee cart and when we have to take things to games and stuff. And then, yeah, more balloons. These are the things for the balloon arch. This little drawer has like the important things that we like can't misplace, like scissors, hole punch, tape. The wrench is usually in there, but we're gonna use it later today. And stuff like little small stuff that would get lost easily just goes in here. And then this is where the paper towels and the bleach are. This is the poster paint, like this. And then usually after like a day in ASB, people will like leave it like this. So it's kind of your job to come in and just make sure you put it away. And like you should remind them to clean it up, but sometimes it's left because people have to hurry out and stuff. This is the fishing wire stuff. It actually goes over here. That's the stuff for the balloon arch that you always need to have a constant supply of. That's the laminator. Do not use it or let anyone use it unless they know how to do it, because it gets jammed and that's like a big problem. Over here you have these rolls. You always have to make sure there's black for pep rally. Over here,
I love you, Sunny!
are the office supplies. So like glue, streamers, glue guns. This is face paint for the football games. Paper clips, stuff like that. Extra glue, masking tape. So this is like an important closet. And then this one is like random stuff, old yearbooks, and then the Sharpies are here, gift wrap, stuff like that. And then this like next one is vases, which you probably will never need to use. This stuff is like food stuff, and then like spray paint, other stuff. And then this closet is where we have like the class shirts and things that don't need to be accessed like daily. So like extra planners, weird costume stuff, the tarps for painting. When they're painting outside, make sure they always use a tarp so it doesn't get on the ground. And yeah, like twinkle lights, blackout stuff, bubble machine, hangers, like stuff that you wouldn't need daily, but like the extra roll. In these big closets, we have like all the caps and gowns from previous years, I think, or like, I'm not exactly sure where they're from. And then this is where all the posters, hi Kelly. That's good. This is where all the posters are for like rallies and stuff, and they're organized by grade and what they are. Just number one rule, keep the helium in stock and you will be great. Good luck, Sunny. This is the last little place that's like under your domain. So this is like stuff for this board. So like the Polaroid, the push pins, extra pencils, those are rubber bands. This is just like miscellaneous papers and stuff. Paper cutter, this is like all the kind of officey stuff, but then we have like 100 staplers, so they're mostly in there. And then this is like wires for like the audio visual commissioners, so we don't really touch that. And then this is like the stuff for the Polaroid, extra planners, the cash box. And then this is food stuff for when we have like our, not our banquet, but like any potluck or anything we ever need like food. Here's like the cups, plates, silverware, stuff like that. And then in here is like manila envelopes. Is that what it's called? Manila envelopes?
What are you doing right now?
So we're gonna make a small balloon arch, a model balloon arch. So what you would do is you'd put these posts where you would want them to be, but with a little more slack, because when the thing goes up, they're gonna get closer, so you wanna make it a little bigger than the opening that you want it to be. And then you take this string, which you always wanna have a constant supply of, and you tie it from one to the other. Now you always have to make sure to bring scissors down to the location where you're gonna build your balloon arch, because people need to cut this thing. So I have already prepped this one by nozzling it. I've checked that it's open by going left and looking at the PSI thing. And you wanna have like above 2000 for like a super arch. So you need to make sure these are always stocked. So once you do that, you go lefty-loosey on the top and you've screwed it on tight with the wrench right here. You're gonna wanna take a white, silver, and navy. So the first step is to blow up 2 of them. And tie them together. Once you do that, you blow up the 3rd one. You take these, put it under the string. Put it under the string. Then you bring this one around, making sure that the 2 balloons and the string are in it, and tie. This is often a struggle, but always make sure you do it with a white balloon because that's the stretchiest. Okay, once you got it on and all tied up, that is just one of the many little bunches that will be on there, and then you spiral it, and then you're done. So your biggest and most important event is Clash of the Classes, which is where all the grades go against each other in a series of competitions. So it's your responsibility to plan the entire week with David, who is going to be the student rep. And you and David will work together to come up with dress-up days for the whole week, activities, how you want the point breakdown to be, and you'll have previous year's proposals to help you. Like, there's nothing I can really show you in this video that will really help you with planning because it already happened. But you have all our proposals and you can change what you want. So if you thought this year the point values weren't as fair or the dress-up games were a little too hard, we also have an eval to see what the rest of ASB thought the event was like. But you can use that and you can come up with all new stuff if you want in your proposal. But my advice for that would just be to start early. Like this year I met with Kara a few times. We got coffee and we just discussed what we wanted to do, and we basically started by reading last year's proposal, and then we thought, okay, let's think back to last year. What do we want to change? What do we want to stay the same? And yeah, so for that it's important to delegate. So make sure, like, in the weeks leading up, you're saying, okay guys, you're gonna have to be at the gym every day, and make sure the publicity commissioner gets a graphic out, stuff like that. So it's kind of your duty to like mobilize all of ASB in order to get the event done. But I'll be there next year to help you out. So this is how the setup looks this year. And so you want to have like the grade things, and you need to have counters and stuff. But that's all laid out in our proposal and in our evals and stuff. So just look at that and you'll do great.